Hello class. So today we will going to discuss one of the most important topic of this chapter, that is Nernst equation. Because without knowing this topic we are not able to solve a single numerical from this chapter, that is actually based and mostly time based on the Nernst equation. The last some of the lectures are actually revolve around the standard electrode potential. In last 5 lectures, we try to learn what are the meanings of standard electrode potential and how this standard electrode potential is going to help the different concept of electrochemical cell. But now the question is raising. Now the question is, if the condition is not given standard, if the electrolyte is not one molarity, if the temperature or pressure is different, so how we can calculate the electrode potential of the cell? Because it is not okay. Always the electrochemical cell, the electrolyte will be in a same molarity or one molarity. The electrolyte may be differ. Even temperature sometime, okay, there will be a same temperature, constant temperature. Pressure is also constant because the working of electrochemical cells are generally at room temperature. So at room temperature, pressure and temperatures remain constant, fine. But it is not good now. The electrolyte will be also the constant term, that is one molarity. So if we change the concentration of the electrolyte, if we change the temperature or pressure of the electrochemical cell, so how we are going to calculate the electrode potential of the cell to resolve this problem? One of the important scientists, one of the famous scientists, which actually introducing the one of the equation that will relate the standard potential with the potential of the cell at any concentration. Actually, he relate the standard electrode potential of the cell with the potential of the cell, the electrode potential of the cell at any concentration, and we are going to derive that equation only. So class, ready, and just stick with the screen because this equation is very important. We will derive it, and before deriving, I call one more time the revision of the previous concept, that was actually a electrochemical series within a 2 minutes. The last lecture actually based on the reactivity of the electrodes based on the electrochemical series. Class, suppose we are having two different metals and we are having two different non-metals, and we try to relate them on the basis of electrochemical reactivity. How we are going to suggest that which one will be a more reactive, which one will be a less reactive. For example, suppose I am having two metals like lithium plus lithium. You are knowing the potential minus 3.05, and we are having zinc minus 0.76. This is the one of the condition. And we are having the other possibilities. E0 fluorine, 2 fluorine minus having 2.87 volt, and we are having E0, suppose fluorine with chlorine having 1.36 volt. This is the second possibility. So class, let's discuss about that, and always remember this: the reactivity of non-metals and reactivity of metals cannot be easily compared together. We can compare the reactivities of metals together, but reactivity of one metal with another metal and reactivity of one non-metal with the other non-metal. And this is very simple. This is very simple to learn actually. If we are having a metals, note down this line. If we are having a metals electrodes, then the lower electrode potential means more negative electrode potentials are generally more reactive than less negative or positive electrode potential. Simply in a one line, lower the electrode potential of the metal electrode will be more reactive than other metal electrode having a higher electrode potential. And opposite will be in the case of non-metal. In the case of non-metal, the higher the electrode potential, the non-metal will be a more reactive than a lower one. Simply, the higher the electrode potential of the non-metal couple will be more reactive than a lower electrode potential of the non-metal couple. So reactivity can be actually easily compared with the help of electrode potential of the different electrode by using the value or sign convention. So try to learn this and utilize this concept with your different numerical, different reasoning and assertion reasoning questions. If there will be any other doubt, try to ask me, we will solve the problem. Fine. Let's try now the derivation of Nernst equation. Before deriving, I wish to recall one of the important relationship of Gibbs free energy with standard Gibbs free energy, and that is actually given in class 11. I hope you are not learning, you are not remembering that concept and relation. So I am first discovering that concept, that relation between the Gibbs free energy and standard Gibbs free energy. The equation, the relation, the derivation will start from that equation. Actually, the Gibbs energy delta G is related with delta G naught plus RT ln Q. That will be first equation. Where delta G is Gibbs free energy change, standard Gibbs free energy change, or gas constant value is 8.314 joule per Kelvin per mole. Here temperature in Kelvin, ln the natural logarithm representation, and Q the reaction quotient. The Q is reaction quotient. So that will be easy to describe what are the meaning of that. So from this equation, delta G or delta G naught is actually indicating here the maximum energy available to do a useful work, and we will try to relate that delta G with the electrical work, because we are going to discuss about the electrochemical cell. So there is electrical work is done, so we will relate the delta G with the electrical work done. Student, the delta G is the maximum energy utilized, maximum energy available to do a useful work. It means whenever there is a spontaneous process, energy always decreases because the energy is consumed during the process. So that is why the delta G or delta G naught always should be negative for any spontaneous process. So we will start from that concept. That W maximum is the maximum work done. So here is relation, here is one of the relation that you have to learn that if delta G is the maximum energy available to do a useful work, so when W max means maximum work done, that is actually equal to the NFP cell. This is the one of the relation, and I will prove it, I will explain it how W max will be NFP cell, where N is the number of electron transfer, F is a Faraday constant, E cell is the electrode potential of the cell. Let's redefine the value, the meaning of electrode potential of any cell. Let's redefine it. E cell. Actually E cell means whenever there is spontaneous current drawn from electrochemical cell, or the electric current passed through the electrochemical cell is spontaneously, then we can draw the electric energy, and that will be utilized as electrical work done. That is the case of E cell. So it can be defined. E cell can be further defined as is defined as is defined as the decrease in delta G per coulomb. E is defined as the decrease of delta G per coulomb during the transfer of electron. During the transfer of electron. Actually, when electron transferred during the electrochemical cell, the current is withdrawn, that will be utilization, that it will be utilized as a electrical work done, and maximum electric work done or maximum work done that will be available for useful work, for spontaneous work, that is called delta G. Okay? So delta G per coulomb. Delta G per coulomb, when the delta G decreases per coulomb, that will be actually definition of E. This is the one of the definition. This is the one of the definition in electrical work done sense. In the electrical work done sense, so we can write as W max, that equation can be substituted by delta G. We can write here W max equal to delta G, but the sign will be negative. The sign will be negative because the delta G decreases during a useful or spontaneous work done. So delta G always will be negative W max. The maximum work done available, the maximum energy available to do a useful work. So energy is consumed, energy decreases during the process, during the spontaneous process. So delta G will be minus W max. So this equation number second. Equation number second can be write as delta G. The sign will be negative minus NFV cell. Equation number third. Equation number third. So we can relate that delta G with E cell, electrode potential of the cell, that delta G means gives free energy, that is always equal to the electrode potential of the cell, Faraday constant, and means number of electron transferred. So you have to learn that actually Faraday value. Faraday is actually 1 mole electron charge. One mole electron charge, and we are knowing that what is the value of electronic charge? The value of electronic charge is minus 1.67 to the power minus 19 coulomb. 1 mole means the Avogadro number. So when we will calculate all this, the value will be 96487 coulomb per mole. 96487. Sometimes it is written as 96500. But that is the actual value, 96487 coulomb per mole. That is the value of Faraday, 1 Faraday. This is equal to the delta G, negative sign indicating the spontaneous process, the value decreases during the process. We can also write delta G naught as negative minus N plus P naught cell. Equation number 4. Class, if there will be standard condition of gift energy, the cell potential also will be in the standard condition. All these terms, delta G and delta G naught, can be written here. The value can be substituted in equation first. So, from equation first, minus NFP to equation number which one? Fifth. Equation number fifth. It will be divided equation number fifth by minus NF. It will be divided by minus NF. This will be E cell equal to E naught cell minus NF is cancelled. This will be minus RT upon NF LNQ. Equation number 6. This is the one of the derived from Nernst equation. So Nernst equation is actually E cell equal to E naught cell minus RT NF ln Q. The equation number 6 is called Nernst equation, but we will put the some value to solve more clearly. If we put the value R equal to 8.314 joule per Kelvin per mole, because that will be the value in this case. Temperature is taken as the room temperature 298 Kelvin. The natural log will convert into log 10 base by multiplying 2.303, and Faraday constant is used as 96487 coulomb per mole. The whole value will be changed as E cell equal to E naught cell, minus 0.0591 and log Q. Equation number 7. So equation number 7 is the one of the simplest form of Nernst equation that is utilized during the numerical part. You have to learn the equation of Nernst equation in the form of this one. E cell equal to E naught cell minus 0.059 upon N log Q, where Q is a reaction quotient, and how it can be used, the Q value I am going to show you. N is the number of electrons transferred during the process of electrochemical cell. How the electron transfer? E naught cell is standard electrode potential that should be given, and we have to calculate E cell. The different concentration of the electrolytes is utilized in the form of Q. So when we use value of Q, we can easily calculate the value of E cell by using this equation. Let's going to try how this equation is actually utilized. So I am erasing this part. Just take a screenshot. Just take a screenshot of this equation. Taken? Okay, fine. Now we're going to learn how this Nernst equation is applied for a numerical part. And I am taking one of the simplest example of Daniell cell. Can take another example also. Okay, right. Daniell cell. Examples are Daniell cell. When knowing in Daniell cell, zinc is utilized as anode, transferring to electron, and copper accepting to electron to change into copper. The reaction is like zinc plus copper plus 2 gives out zinc plus 2 plus copper. This is aqueous condition. So students, for this equation, this Daniell cell, in Daniell cell zinc releasing its electron, copper accepting electron. So for Daniell cell, the value of Pn will be 2. 2 means number of electrons transferred during the process. You can see 2 electrons are transferred from this side to this side. Okay. So N will be 2 and Q will be the solid substance are taken as unity during the written as a reaction quotient. So zinc and copper, the concentration of these two will be a unity. Will write the concentration of only zinc plus 2 and copper plus 2. So the value will be zinc plus 2 upon copper plus 2. This is the value of Q. So for this particular Daniell cell, the Nernst equation can be written as, just write the Nernst equation. Where is the place? Here. The Nernst equation will be E cell equal to E naught cell minus 0.059 upon 2 log zinc plus 2 upon copper plus 2. This is the form of Daniell cell. The Nernst equation form of Daniell cell. If we are having a concentration of zinc and copper, that will be given in the numerical part. Then we will put here the concentration of zinc plus 2 and copper plus 2. Then by utilizing this concentration and calculating the log of the concentration, we can be solved the E cell, because E naught cell we are knowing 1.1 volt. That should be given. So E naught cell for the Nernst equation for the Daniell cell is 1.1 volt, but that will be given in the question. Don't worry. This concentration terms is always will be given. Just calculating all this, you can get the value of E cell easily for any given concentration that will be given. This is the one of the example in the terms of Daniell cell. We can take any other example. Let's discuss one more example. Suppose I am having any value like iron Fe plus 2 to Fe, Fe plus 2 to Fe, to given as silver to silver at 1 bar and 298 Kelvin temperature. This is an aqueous condition. Suppose some concentration will be given, some concentration like 0.001, and silver plus concentration is given 0.012. All this given in the molarity terms. Okay, molarity. Suppose this is a question. And you have to be calculate the value of E cell. And this concentration. So first we will write the equation. Okay. Fe plus 2 to Fe. This is called self-representation. And in self-representation, the left side, whatever the things written left side, that is taken as anode, and that will be a cathode. Okay. So at anode the oxidation process occur. We are knowing the oxidation process occur. The written terms is in reduction form. Always they will be in reduction form. See, electrons are accepted. But when we write the equation, the equation will be written as the nature of electrode. At anode, the oxidation process occurs. So this reaction will be written look like Fe plus 2 electron, and for silver at cathode reduction is occur, electron, silver. Fine. See, one of the important thing, electrons are always should be balanced. So equation second will be multiplied by 2, and then will be sum. The equation Fe plus 2 silver electron will be cancelled out, then Fe plus 2 plus 2Ag. So student, N will be again 2. N will be again 2 because 2 electron released by iron will accepted by 2 silver plus. 2 silver plus. So 2 electron is actually transferred. So N will be again 2. And when we write the value of Q, so Q will be very interesting. The Q will be very interesting. Look at the value of Q. The Q will be, this is the product side, Fe plus 2, and this is the reactant side, silver, and coefficient will be raised to the power. We are knowing always when we write the reaction quotient, the coefficient always raised to its power. So the silver plus to the whole 2 square, that will be the value of Q. So here will be Fe plus 2 and silver plus square. The values are given. Here will be, instead of Fe plus 2 we can write 0.001 means 10 to the power minus 3, and instead of silver plus we can write 1.2 into 10 to the power minus 2 whole square. There will be whole square. Just calculating the value of log of this term, we can calculate the E cell value. This is the one of the way. So in this lecture we conclude here. The lecture I am concluding because this lecture is actually based on the how we are using a Nernst equation and what is the derivation of Nernst equation. In next upcoming lectures, 1 or 2 lectures, we will try to solve the numerical how we utilizing the Nernst equation, because that will be very useful for your board and competitions. This is all about the Nernst equation. You can take a screenshot if you wish. Otherwise, you can note it down. In next lecture, we will discuss about some more information about Nernst equation, some more form of Nernst equation. There is 1 or 2 more form, and how we utilize the Nernst equation during the numerical part. Okay, fine. Thank you.